at our region this morning. Yesterday's storms are in the rear view mirror. You're looking live there at Reagan National Airport, the Capitol Wheel, Gaithersburg, and across our region. And as we begin this Sunday morning, there are thousands of people without power. Baltimore Gas and Electric is reporting that 11,000 customers are without electricity this morning. Dominion Energy showing 4,600 customers with no electric. Pepco is in a much better position. Last hour, Pepco's outages went from 0, but they are only at 79 outages right now, and Fox 5 is going to continue to track that as we go through this morning. If you've been driving on or riding on Amtrak lately, you know, yesterday was a bit of a mess on the rails. This morning, dramatically different. Amtrak back on track this morning after a major signal outage on Saturday sparked a wave of cancellations. Some of those delays ran up to 2 hours for passengers along the East Coast. This morning, the issues cleared up, and the timetables show that all trains are now departing Union Station either on time or actually early, so that's good news. All eyes on the FIFA World Cup Championship today. Right now, you are looking live at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey, currently dubbed New York, New Jersey Stadium for the tournament. Now, more than 1 billion viewers are going to be turning in to watch this Sunday as Argentina tries to defend their FIFA title against that powerhouse team from Spain. Today's World Cup match is set to kick off at 3 p.m. And, of course, you can watch that game right here where you are right now on Fox 5. Our local pregame coverage is going to start this morning at 10 a.m. right here on Fox 5. Mexico's President Claudia Sheinbaum says she's going to be attending this afternoon's World Cup final following an invite from President Trump. He will also be attending the championship game. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney will be there, along with members of Spain's royal family who will be taking in the game as well. All right, 8:02 this Sunday morning. We've had a bumpy weather weekend so far this morning. Gwen Talbert's here. Skies are a little bit brighter this morning. Temperature's not as bad, so things are looking up.
Things are definitely looking up. The calm after the storm, Tom, I'm happy to say. We have a day that's just going to be downright pleasant. So unlike yesterday, I am going to encourage you to get out and try to enjoy it. So cooler, and the sun is going to return. 80 degrees if you're headed out the door this hour. You got some clouds. Winds are light coming in from the north-northwest at 9 miles an hour. And the feel like is only 3 degrees above the current temperature. So you can head out and it'll be pretty comfortable for you. Yesterday, oh my goodness, the storms. Fauquier County, a roof was blown off of a barn. In Frederick County, a tree came down in a house. Various areas had downed trees and power lines, and unfortunately in Gaithersburg, lightning struck a home, but happy to say that the residents and people in there are very safe. 79 at Dulles this hour, double sevens for Manassas and Fredericksburg, 79 at Annapolis, Cumberland at 76, and 74 at Westminster. We've got just a few passing morning sprinkles, and the clouds are there. That's going to get out of the way by this afternoon. Ridge of high pressure will move in. This frontal system is going to sink to the south. That could possibly spark off a few storms for lower southern Maryland, central Virginia, and the northern Carolinas. Code orange, unhealthy for sensitive. That primarily only for Washington County, Garrett, Allegheny. So if you are one of those people in that category, you'll have to pay attention. But elsewhere, it's code yellow, which is moderate and acceptable. So no problems there except for anyone who is extremely sensitive to pollution. Happy to say that wildfire smoke is out of the picture for the most part. It's in the upper atmosphere, so not affecting anybody or any areas down at the surface for us. Here's a look at your planner for the day. No shortage of sunshine as we head into the 80s. And if you are headed out in the next hour or so, here's what you can expect. You can also download the Fox 5 weather app. Just scan that QR code you see right there on your screen for weather on the go, Fox Local, or also check us out on fox5dc.com. Tom?
Sounds good. Thanks, Gwen. 8:04 this Sunday morning, and Montgomery County officials are investigating after a chain reaction crash left several cars wrecked yesterday. One of them was a Cessna Cybertruck, which was literally split in half this morning. Charges could be pending after all of this, and Fox 5's Regina Ureta has the details from Silver Spring.
This was a dramatic scene, and it's hard to believe that nobody was seriously hurt. Thankfully, there are no life-threatening injuries, but we do know that 10 people were taken to the hospital with minor injuries. Now, take a look at some of these images. The impact was so powerful, it ripped a cyber truck in half. Montgomery County Fire and Rescue, police and paramedics rushed to the scene. There's aerial footage capturing the emergency response, the wreckage, and the backups that followed. Investigators say just before 2 p.m., a moving truck lost control on Columbia Pike and Fairland Road, crashing into at least 10 cars. More than a dozen people were evaluated after some became trapped inside the cars. 10 people, including 3 children, were taken to the hospital with minor injuries. Investigators are working to determine what caused the truck to lose control. But here's how residents reacted.
Thank God everybody survived, you know. That was terrible. That was a terrible accident. So I'm just glad everybody's survived. It is ongoing traffic, but it's much controlled, you know.
Live's Regina Reeder reporting for us this Sunday morning. I want to turn now to the latest on the war with Iran. This morning, the Pentagon has still not identified those 2 U.S. service members who were killed in Jordan. They were defending against a missile and drone attack by Iran. U.S. Central Command says 4 other service members were injured in that attack, and another is currently listed as missing in action this Sunday morning. We have new video for you that's been released by CENTCOM as the U.S. launched another wave of strikes against Iran yesterday. U.S. officials say they hit Iranian military coastal surveillance and air defense facilities, as well as maritime capability and missile and drone storage sites. The U.S. also targeted Iran's Revolutionary Guard, which launched those attacks against U.S. service members in Jordan on Friday. Meanwhile, the deaths of U.S. service members mark the first American military fatalities from Iranian fire since March. In all, since the start of the war between the United States and Iran in late February, 16 U.S. service members have been killed and more than 430 wounded.
If the U.S. attacks continue for another 2 or 3 days, we will enter a phase of full-scale offensive.
There's risk to our military that's in the region, but I also think it makes it unbelievably plain to the world that you have to win this.
The Straits of Hormuz is Iran's #1 strategic asset.
Well, the U.S. Central Command says the latest attacks aim to keep Iran from restricting oil tanker traffic in the Strait of Hormuz. As you get your Sunday started, let's take a look at some of the other top stories we're following for you right now in the Fox 5 newsroom. A man accused of murdering his 3-month-old daughter is going to stand before a grand jury tomorrow. Fairfax County police say that 28-year-old Misriel Lopez Gomez admitted to attacking his child for, quote, personal pleasure back in March. Now, she was taken to the hospital and later died from blunt force trauma. Gomez is also accused of illegally entering the United States back in 2023. A Maryland family is safe this morning after a lightning strike near their home. Take a look at these pictures. Now, that fire was sparked by a lightning bolt on the property at Warfield Road. This happened just before 5 yesterday morning. It displaced the family of 5. Montgomery County fire officials say residents smelled the smoke first, then they went outside, and then they saw that fire was burning up on their roof. The estimated damage in all of this, $850,000. A local community hero is going to be remembered next week on Tuesday, July 21st. That is the birthday of fallen D.C. police officer Terry Bennett. You may remember he was the victim of a crash along I-695 in late December and died 2 weeks later. Now, Officer Bennett's family plans on hosting an event at Landsberg Park in Southwest D.C. on July 25th in his honor. It is set to run from 12:30 to 5 p.m. Bennett's family is hoping people turn out for this. They're inviting the public to come out and support this event. The latest politician to throw their hat in the ring for South Carolina's Senate seat is Representative Ralph Norman. He launched his bid to fill late Senator Lindsey Graham's seat. President Trump is urging Graham's sister, Darlene Graham, to seek a full term in office after she was appointed to finish out Graham's term. This Tuesday marks the deadline to run in the special election, which will be held next month. Well, this morning, more than 7,000 Americans are sickened with that Cyclospora outbreak, and at least 100 right here in the DMV. While some Midwest outbreaks have been traced to shredded lettuce, the scare is driving many in the DMV to start seeking out local farm markets. Is that a good idea? Well, officials at the Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health say farm markets could actually be a safer option because they're likely sourced from local growers in our area. But they add no produce right now is risk-free, and the exact source of that outbreak still has not been determined. All this may have some consumers wondering if the scare could actually drag down some grocery prices. Food economists say anxiety over potentially tainted greens, it could cause a drop in demand, which results in quicker discounts at the register. But remember, it comes at a time when supermarket lettuce prices were already up more than 30% over the past year. Now, experts warn health scares like this one often cause panic shopping. It could drive down demand for salad greens, including things like spinach and spinach mixes. This brings us to our live Fox 5 Insta poll this morning. We are asking, are you shopping a little bit differently right now in response to the Cyclospora outbreak? All you have to do is scan the QR code right there on your screen. Let us know what you think. Right now, we have 44% saying yes, about 50%, a little over 50% saying no.